Well, I think there is, pain in
I
your
know it's a
ass
heavy
with
question.
some credible stuff. Well, okay, I think what I could say is there's enough to go after anybody at any time and ruin anybody's life. Anyone who has any kind of life more than working as a fireman, a cop, or a school teacher, anyone that has a job with an income that has multiple accounts and things like that, they could set their sights on almost any American and destroy their life. Now, if there's real criminality here, that's something else. If it's a bunch of procedural stuff, we all may be guilty of that. I mean, Trump and the loan and Mar-a-Lago and the banks and things like that. I mean, that's all stuff that they could have aimed at any citizen who's done any real business in this country. So to me, I'd need to know what the case was, but I assume I would like to live in a world where we did a little less lawfare.
So, with the benefit of time, and Dusty is obsessed with who your roommate is now, by the way, so you got to tell us that. And with the benefit of time, when you're not mooching off the famous doctor, what have you decided is the reality of why this happened in California and what has to change?
Well, the politicians blame the wind and, force majeure, act of God. But then what do we need them for? If our plan is just to literally sit around and figure out which way the wind is blowing or what's going on, why do we need politicians? Why do we have dams? Why do we clear brush? Why do we collect water? Why do we have infrastructure? Why do we have technology? I used to build. I used to do earthquake rehab work. When there's an earthquake in Los Angeles, almost nothing happens. When there's an earthquake in Guatemala, the whole place comes down because we've mitigated it. An earthquake is an act of God, but we mitigate it through fortifying things with rebar and having certain standards and keeping certain things retrofitted and that nature. So we could do the same thing with fire as we do with earthquake. Both natural disasters, both very destructive, both can be heavily mitigated with the right government.
Who are you living with?
I live with Dr. Drew, but in breaking news, I may move into attorney Mark Geragos' guest house because Dr. Drew's almost out of protein bars.
Mark Geragos rhymes with asparagus? You're going to move into his guest house?
I think so.
That's my lawyer.
Don't
Somehow
tell Drew,
I wonder if
he'll
Geragos
be
is going to find
heartbroken.
out getting me to pay for you living at his house. I got to be very careful and start checking the new bill. I don't want to be paying for Adam Carolla's protein bars. It's nice to have friends. All you stars live together.
Well, listen, as I said on many occasions, there were thousands of Los Angelenos that were homeless overnight because of the fire, but we weren't homeless because we had a network and we have relationships. So nobody slept on the sidewalk because we had built up trust and equity and have relationships. And I'm happy to say that Jimmy Kimmel said I could stay at his place. Dr. Drew said I could stay at his place. Mark Geragos said I could stay at his place because last time I was there, I didn't steal all their jewelry and sell it for drugs.
What is the funniest thing you think about what is going on with the Trump administration so far? What tickles you the most?
I think it's the Elon Musk trolling, like they call me big balls and that kind of stuff. I like the trolling. I like the, kind of insane proclamations. We're going to name, the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America. We're going to change Nebraska to Trumpzania or something. Like, it's all kind of trolling, and some of the Democrats get it, and some are just completely spinning out. And I think when they do that, they're giving Trump and Musk what they're looking for, which is a crazed reaction.
Yeah, I'm with you. Adam Carolla, Everybody knows you because you're funny. I love you because you have a great set of eyes on the world, and I love to see it through those eyes. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.